Tips for young DJs would be patience, probably. Play the long game, don't rush into anything, and don't feel like you're having to do everything all at once. A bit of a veteran now in this scene, I guess, having touring for kind of nearly 20 years, I would say that patience is the key, you know, and have a kind of, it's not always easy because sometimes people pop off really, really quickly and things happen overnight, it almost seems. But just try and ride that wave consistently rather than too many spikes, because, you know, gradually walking up a hill is a lot more successful than, you know, jumping straight to the top and then falling back down the other side. You know? But they say, don't they, that anything that's an overnight success probably isn't an overnight success. It's been building up to that point, you know. But yeah, you've just got to be patient, which is hard because it feels like, especially with social media and people's attention spans, that everything is so reactive. Of if you don't catch people in 3-4 seconds, they've gone, you know. But yeah, I think overall patience is key with this industry.
I want y'all to think about something for a second. DJing is truly an act from God, right? We take our two hands and our imagination and we shift the vibe in the room. We create energy, and we're also making memories memorable for all the attenders in the party. That's something that should be held sacred. DJing is an act of selflessness. It's not always about how we feel, even though we have preferences, but it's about the people. So understand this: doctors heal the body, therapists heal the mind, but the DJ heals the spirit. And it's not about clout, it's about calling. And when God calls you to help people heal through sound, that's sacred. Don't take for granted. Peace.
Creatives, you should stop making content. In fact, you should stop making art for your peers, that is. They're not your assignment and they're not your audience. You should make art for the people who love your art.
You ain't ready to put 5 years of grind into anything without making a quarter.
Right.
Don't even start. Sometimes it takes that long to get over the hump. They're not ready.
I think a lot of people go through this thing where if they share information, they're going to lose their business. They're going to lose their edge. Two things are true in this world. One, there's only one you, and nobody can do what you do, even if they try to copy you one for one. It's never the same. And then two, most people that you give information to won't actually take you up on your information. I could tell people right now how to start a business from scratch, all the pitfalls and all the things you should and you shouldn't do. And you know what? 2% will actually take my advice and use it. The rest of them either know better than me or are too lazy to make it happen.
Before it's time to spin, you've got to first cue it up.
I'm probably in your area too. Everybody who owns a laptop, they're a DJ. Everybody who owns a DSL camera, they're a photographer.
And what I'll do is put up blurbs so therefore you can see what I'm thinking about and why I chose that song. You can see the reaction of the kids. So you can kind of like get an idea of how to use it and what to expect.
Why do you want to charge for something that you have the knowledge of and these other DJs don't have the knowledge of? Share your knowledge, you know?
Right.
But DJing is a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, but it is a lot of fun too, you know? I'm djmikiemike. I cover central, northeastern Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania, parts of New Jersey, parts of New York State.
And I'm Dwayne Dixon, the hitmanddub from Cleveland, Ohio. And it's time to cue it up. What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Cured Up DJ podcast with me, the Hitman Dub, and my friend DJ Mikey Mike.
Hello, everybody.
Feeling kind of lonely now. So used to having 3 or 4 people on the show back to back for almost a whole month.
I know. It's like, whoa, well, it's just me and you tonight.
Yep.
All right.
So our podcast is a podcast for DJs of all skill levels to come connect, learn, and grow. From pro tips to real talk, we are here to support and celebrate the DJ community. So last week, we had a special guest, a bilingual DJ. His name was DJ Max Saints. And then the week before, we had DJ Will, and we talked about the Spanish genres and subgenres and the different Spanish events, like pretty much mainly weddings, but mainly focusing on quinceañeras. Because Diego told me that just make it short, just say quince. Yep. So I could say that. And these are the takeaways that we learned. First, especially if you never did that kind of event before, make sure to educate yourself. Make sure you communicate clearly with your clients so expectations are clearly stated. Use technology if you have to. Like with AI, you can do amazing things with AI to kind of like help you fill in the blanks. Respect the traditions, so just don't go in and because what we learned was each, I guess you could say, region of the Spanish countries have their own different traditions and styles. So you gotta be mindful of that. Because from what I heard, you said something about Mexicans hate this kind of music, or
yes. Just from doing the school dances, I've learned, they come up there, oh, I want to hear a Latino song. So you put one on, and all of a sudden, another group of Latinos come up and say, no, we don't like this stuff. No, this is Mexican music. We want to hear whatever music. Okay, so you put their music on, and then another group kids come up and like, no, we don't like this. We want our music. It's like, what's the difference? It's music, but there is a big difference to them. And
did they go like this? Did they give you that look when you said that?
Super mad about it, I mean, even doing the couple Latino weddings I did, they were specific. They did give me the music, and they had it broken down to what in each category, which was great. So I'm not bilingual, So they just loved the way I DJ'd, and they want me to DJ their wedding. But I told them, I said, listen, I don't know anything about Spanish, nothing. Don't worry about it, Mike. I'm like, okay. Thank God one of their friends came that was bilingual, and the bride and groom were bilingual. So that was a good thing, because otherwise I was out in left field somewhere. I'd be like, the request of music, no comprende. You write it down? Yeah, they wrote it down, but they wrote it in Spanish. I can't understand it. But now today with your phone, you could actually, they could speak into your phone, then it could be translated over to English for you, so which is a plus for us non-bilingual DJs.
I was going to say, if you had one of those Meta smart glasses, you can just say, hey, Meta, what am I looking at? And they could translate it for you right there.
Yeah, that's the truth. The only thing is, like, well, I don't have my glasses on tonight. I wouldn't be able to see my computer. It sucks when you're getting old, honestly.
Yep. And then make sure, if you never did one before, a Spanish event, make sure to collaborate with a skilled MC, because just like what Mikey Mike was saying, they can be that bridge to help with the language barriers. And then also go out and experience live events for yourself, because again, going through it and experiencing yourself can teach you a whole heck of a lot, as opposed to watching a video or reading about it or watching our show.
Yes, I mean, that's the thing. In my area here, there might be 1 or 2 bilingual DJs, and there's not that many Kenseis around here. So to find a DJ that I could have went to see how to do it would have been a lot easier for me to understand it. But here they just couldn't, well, there was no Kenseis, and I couldn't find a Latin DJ that was doing anything. No weddings, no nothing. So I was a greenhorn going into it, and I came out good because I booked a bunch of gigs after that from those weddings and the Kenseis, but they were sweet 16s and just regular weddings, so which was good. It wasn't no. I had to play Spanish music, but that was it.
Uh-huh. And then our main discussion was, let me try to blow it up for you all. Let me see.
How am I sounding tonight, Dwayne? Because I'm using my other microphone.
I can hear you. So
Okay.
tell us in the chat how is mic coming through? Because I learned I have to turn my computer down, because if I don't, my microphone will pick up the speakers and then you sound like you're echoing.
Yes.
So I can hear you. So
Okay.
I just know sometimes I also turn down my mic because sometimes I come in booming. I'll be super loud. That's annoying.
Cool thing slipped to number 2. Uh-oh, cool thing. Get a start typing there, buddy.
Yep. And then our show took a lot of time because we was debating, we were arguing about there's a big difference between the different cultures within the Spanish region.
Yeah.
And we kept arguing about trying to get the basics down to a Kensei. So we all agreed to what I'm getting ready to show you is not an official timeline. It's just some ideas. So if you don't know anything about a quinceañera, this will give you some ideas of what kind of activities or how it flows.
Yeah.
So, and I forgot to put it on our Facebook group page. But
it's like a wedding on steroids. The easiest way to describe it,
It's like it's basically a pageant, because when you all was describing it, it made me automatically think about the debutante balls.
Yes, it's like you said, a pageant, more or less. This young girl's coming out from being a young girl to a young woman.
Mm.
And it is, again, if you've never experienced one, please try to get out there. If you're a DJ and you don't know if you're going to get asked to do a Kensei, if there's a DJ in your area that's doing a Kensei, go with them. I mean, even if you have to unload his equipment, whatever you have to do it, because you'll get just the experience, the knowledge of that. That's payment in more than anything,
Mm-hmm. Yep. But then here's the outline I had that we kind of like said. It pretty much does. It's these sections are pretty much included in it. Just the order that it goes in might differ.
Yeah, they could flip flop this way, that way. It's just, it's like one Kensei might be doing it this way, next one might be doing it that way, but they're all basically all doing the same thing. Is the only thing is, it's very, very precise. I mean, there's no a 5-minute break. No, it's just boom. It just, once it starts flowing, you got to keep flowing right with it.
Mm-hmm. So here's the timeline, and I tried in on the right hand side, kind of like put in special notes so you can kind of like get more of a background of what each section is. But basically, they might have a cocktail, even though it's not official. But I heard that a lot of people, how did they put it? They come late, so that's why you might have a cocktail in between the mass and the actual start, because so you can handle the latecomers.
Some will have there like a little short mass, and then some will actually have it right at a church, and then they come just like a wedding, have their ceremony at the church, and they come over to the venue and have their cocktail hour and stuff. But some extend the cocktail hour because I don't know if it's customary that they come late, and it's for this young lady, but usually the adults are the ones who are partying after all the pageantry is done.
And then, let me go back, switch back to full screen. When the party starts, it's usually the guest, they have like a guest of honor entrance. It's always some kind of like, I guess it's almost like in the wedding, you have the grand entrance. So you have the grand entrance of the, I guess you could say the honoree or the
honor guard or whatever you want to call them. There's, say there might be 4 girls, 4 guys, 5. It's always a perfect match, like 4 and 4, 5 and 5, 6 and 6. Could be up to 10.
Yep. And then after they do the grand entrance, you might have some kind of like ceremony. It could either be a shoe ceremony, or they can give the crown or a necklace ceremony. But there's different traditions for that part.
Yes.
And then there's some kind of waltz or choreographed dance routine. And it's usually the whole, I guess you could say,
the whole court.
Yeah. Yes, that's the perfect to call it, like the birthday girl and her friends and all that.
Yes.
And then there's some kind of dance with the parents or grandparents and all that kind of thing.
Yes.
They might have some kind of dollar dance. And that's a whole thing where you don't get a time limited dance with the birthday person. It's usually as soon as you put down some money, you have to switch.
Dance.
So I didn't know it was that competitive.
Oh God, yeah. It's like I said, you have to really truly experience one, and it's mind blowing because to see how precise everything is. Like when it gets to that dollar dance part, it's a little bit laid back, but everything is. I'll tell you, they run a tighter ship than the Marine Corps does. A heads out, boom, it's Johnny on the spot.
And it's like that for TV, because we have participated with where we did field trips at our school, or our drum corps or musical groups had to perform for a TV spot, and they right on the dot. It's one of those things you could be sitting around not doing anything, that all of a sudden the host or the interviewee come in and they be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then it's on.
Boom. Yep.
So
exactly.
Yeah,
there's no hesitation. It's you're on, Dwayne. Here you go. It's like, wait a second.
And then, you have a big dinner, and come to find out, they don't hold back on any kind of expense for dinner. They have an abundance of food at a Spanish event. They have some kind of cake cutting. And Diego or DJ Pretty Boy was suggesting that the cake cutting should be towards the end of the Quince, because cake cutting kind of like signals that's the end of the event. So he suggested putting it towards the end.
Yes, it's I don't know what it is. Like the Americans have it like right after dinner, and DJing at Quince and DJing for Indian people, and also the African wedding I did. The cake cuttings were at the end of them. It was like that was their final thing to give home to so the guests could take home. You know, and it's basically get them out of here, give them the cake so they get out of here.
And then the last couple of things would be some kind of surprise dance. So that could be either a couple dance, or again another choreographed dance.
Yes.
And then the Hora Loca is when they usually have the guy on the dancing robots and the fireworks and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And that's the high energy songs.
Oh yeah, that's bang, 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 bang. You know.
Yep.
It's like how can you describe it? Like if you go to a 4th of July show, and the finale is all the fireworks going up all at the same time, boom, 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 boom. That's what the end of the Quince is like. That happy hour, crazy hour, whatever you want to call it. It was just boom, 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 boom. This sign, this sign, this sign. I'm like, okay, all right, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. You know, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I'd love to do another one. Really would.
And then the last thing would be the last song of the night. The last song to send people off on.
Yes. Now, the last Quincy I did, the grandfather, he was the coordinator of all the dances. And he put X's on the floor with tape where the young girl, his granddaughter, would come in where she stood, and then where all the young girls would stand, and then where all the young men would stand. So that was their mark. And then once they did their dance, he ran around, he was picking up the tape off the floor. The best way to describe this is the mom and dad of this young girl basically save from the time she's born up until the time of this party. And they spend more money on this than actual a wedding. Because it's more or less they're coming out from a child to a woman. You know, and it's a big honor for them. And it's the greatest honor, basically.
All right. And then tonight's episode is cracking the code to finding the good songs for a prom. And I have one.
This is interesting.
Yeah, I have one coming up next week. And I asked this, my principal to make sure she get a playlist from the kids. And I thought,
smart DJ.
Yeah, I thought, but at the same time, if you're not going to like hand it out and have them write it on a piece of paper and kind of like look at the list before you hand it to me, it's almost like it's useless.
Yeah, exactly.
They put this big paper in the lunchroom, and kids just scribbled on it, and it's like I can't even hardly read it, and I had to like guess. And even ChatGPT had a hard time deciphering what they wrote down and the song, because of course they put down like the chorus of the song, or it wasn't the name of the song, or the
artist.
The artist was wrong, or they wrote down the word and they spelled it proper, but the artist used ebonics. Yes. Like one is on the road. They put down on the road, but it's on a road. ONNAROAD. Something like that. Or instead of saying, if they put down something for, it could be, they wrote down FOR when it was really the number 4 or something.
Number 4. Yeah. What I did when I do my dances for the schools, you know, I ask the principal, please give them out to the homeroom teachers, and only the homeroom teachers, and have each student in that homeroom write 2 songs down on that list. So then at the end of the day, like they have 1 week to compile this list, then it goes over to the secretary. Then the secretary goes through it, and if she sees doubles, she just marks them out. And then this way, then she types up and gives me the typed up part of it, which is great. I don't have to try to guess what did they write here? What do they? It's hard to understand. It's hard for me to understand my own handwriting, let alone to understand some of these students' handwriting too. You know, so she has it all typed up for me. I'm like, oh, beautiful.
Yep. And then too, by me being out of the school, 1 full year out of the school is like I don't hear a lot of the songs that they play, you know, throughout the day. So I'm like trying to go in and figure it out. But there was a few older songs, but a lot of these songs, of course, their songs are not danceable songs to me.
No.
Let me see if I can blow this up. So, yep.
Like Billie Eilish is one of the big ones. And a lot of her music isn't danceable. Drake, a lot of his music isn't danceable. I mean, they just stand around. They look like bobbers in the water, you know, just bounce, just
it's
up,
it's
and
a
down,
vibe.
up and down. Yeah, that's all it is.
But this is the list. This is I still have a picture of the list that I put through ChatGPT. this is why I had to decipher.
Yeah, let me see this.
That's why I had to decipher. I was like, really, y'all?
Oh God,
You see it?
Like, it's, you know, it's so sad because today, like they're spelling it one way, artists are spelling it. Oh my God, it just, where do you start there?
Mm-hmm. And to
Where do
me,
you start?
if you put it in a lunchroom, I bet you there's a lot of songs on there that it came from people that's not even in middle school. I bet
yeah.
you it was a bunch of them
yeah,
that's not in middle
exactly.
school.
Exactly. Now I'm doing a prom next Friday,
Mhm.
and when I first started doing their prom, it was just the senior prom, and it's called the school's called Triborough Christian Academy. It's a small little, well, it wasn't a small little school, but as time went on and tuition went up, it got smaller. Now it goes from 12th grade down to 7th grade. And we still only end up with about 45 kids in the whole prom,
Mm.
you know? But it's nice. It's a Christian school. And the teachers tell them, listen, there's nothing with any dirty words in it. I'm sorry. So that, which is good for me. And I've been their DJ for the last, oh my God, 15 years now. So I know the students. Well, there's actually some of the students, they got married, have children, and they're attending this school now. So it's like they come, they hang out because they want to hang out with the teachers and stuff like that. So it's great. It's such a nice little, it's like, put it this way, it's like a community dance for the kids at this school, which is great, which is really, really nice for this school and for myself too. It's a great night, you know.
And so tonight we're going to talk about how to find those songs that will work at a prom or a school dance in general. So if you're in the chat, speaking about chat, I see Big DJ Services here. Cool Thing was the first one here. Me and Cool Thing was chatting up because I got home late and I had to try to eat. That's why I was late coming on the Zoom, trying to eat. And I just happened to see that, got the notification that Cool Thing was online. So me and him was chatting up before the show. And then I thought I saw somebody else. Big DJ Service. Mikey's mic is there.
Yep, I jumped in right there right after his.
Yep. And so in the chat, tell me, what is your go-to songs for school dances? If you don't do school dances, what is your go-to hype song at your event? Because it's almost the same.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care if you're going to high school in Maine or San Diego or Anchorage, Alaska. Basically, these students are listening to the same music wherever you're at. Miami, they're just, music is music, and kids love. One song for me is "Yeah" by Usher.
Mm-hmm.
That one is, you could probably play that 3-4 times a night. The kids they'll go crazy over it every time you play it, you know. And Apple Bottom Jeans.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I never heard of that song before. You never heard of that? I'm like, no. You know,
Yeah.
they don't.
You be giving your kids heart attacks.
I know, but instead of them come up and say, "Hey, can you play low?"
Mm.
The title they know is Apple Bottom Jeans.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know what it is, but just I gotta mess with them a little bit, you know.
Right.
And the kid pulls up on his phone. He's like, "Here it is, right here." It's like, but look at the title. Oh yeah, you're right. It's not Apple Bottom Jeans.
Mm-hmm. But after looking at the list, I went through some of the songs. Some of the songs are, I'll play it, but it takes a lot of those songs will take a lot of heavy editing to not only clean up the inappropriate words, but also make it so that the subject matter could be school relatable.
Yes.
And so when I went through the list, I was looking for, first of all, is it danceable, or do it have a a catchy hook to get them,
Yeah.
For school dances, I try to stick with TikTok kind of dances or sing-alongs. Those seem to work, and of course your group line dances. Those seem to work all the time.
Another one is Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Jackson. I've been doing school dances for, oh my God, 17 years now, and every year, it's Michael Jackson, Thriller, Beat It, and Billie Jean.
Mm-hmm.
There are three top Michael Jackson songs. Every once in a while is Pretty Young Thing.
Mm-hmm.
But those three are the top three from them. And I know every school dance, that's what I'm playing. As soon as they come up, yeah, Michael Jackson? Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're happy with that.
Yep.
But you'll be surprised, honestly. I did one form already for our local school here, and a lot of the kids, they want that K-pop,
Mm-hmm.
but then a lot of the kids wanted stuff from the 70s and 80s, like Rick Astley, ABBA. I was surprised that they were into this stuff. They wanted to hear Poison, Bon Jovi. I'm like, whoa. But then now, after doing the dance, I'm thinking back, okay, their parents were probably like maybe 8 or 9 years old, maybe 10 years old. Maybe they weren't even born yet, but the grandparents were listening to that music. So it just passed its way down to the parents and now over to the kids now.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny how music trends that way.
Yeah, and then also it could be, again, TikTok has brought a lot of songs back.
Yes.
Also movies, they put a lot of throwback songs. And then if you really think about it, listen to the songs over the last few years, they really don't. There's not too many songs that are original or that grabs your attention as something original. I found myself the last couple of years listening to a song and say, this song sounds just like, and you can just fill in the blank because they all got that same kind of beat or sample or flow to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think a lot of those older songs are coming back or being more acceptable.
It's amazing. I want to say the last 5 to 7 years, there's only been maybe about a handful of songs that really jumped out, grabbed the audience, grabbed the DJ's attention. But by the following year, you didn't hear it again.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few songs that have stuck around, but it was like it's a one and done deal. Like, okay, it's hot this year. Next year, if you put that song on, they'll be like, cut. Like, I just played this last year. Everybody went nuts over it. They moved on from it already. But you get stuff from the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. They'll listen to that. 1, 2, 3. Jump Around is a great song. The kids go crazy over that. It's like, okay, like, you weren't even born. You weren't even around. Your parents were only in their teens when this song came out, but they love it.
But it has jump. Anything that gives them an excuse to jump and scream.
Yes.
They'll do it.
Yeah, that's the truth. That is the truth.
Yep.
What's his name? He played Waterboy.
Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. If you watch his movies, it's all 80s music.
Mm-hmm.
Every movie that he does, and it seems like he revitalizes a lot of the 80s music that the kids, they like him, they like his movies, and then next thing you know, they're listening to the 80s music. It's like, all right, this is good.
Yep. But speaking about classics, Cool Thing had rattled off a bunch of songs that I guess he'll be playing next week. He'll be playing it on his new Denim DJ SC Live 2. He's getting a new all-in-one controller.
Boy, Cool Thing. All right. Okay, baby.
So what did he had mentioned a whole bunch of songs. Oh yeah, they went back. I forgot. I had asked them, was your mic loud enough? And they said you're crystal clear.
Okay.
Was it at the beginning? Yeah, it was at the beginning. He says his go-tos are Uptown Funk, Shut Up and Dance, Can't Stop the Feeling, and Happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those are my go-tos for schools. Let me see. And then he says the new kids will love hearing some Michael Jackson because of the biopic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Party in the USA is always a good one too. And then he says next week he got an 8th grade dance on the 22nd. So all three of us will be DJing a school dance.
Yep. I have fun day at the school,
Mm-hmm.
at the elementary school, and then I got to come home and just go right up and go do the prom that evening. So I have 2 gigs in one day.
Mm-hmm.
I said I wasn't going to do that again.
So I guess your back is feeling okay now.
No, I have 2 lidocaine patches out of tonight.
Yeah, but I think going and trying to tackle this playlist, it's easy for us to, as DJs, especially the older DJs, can go to our go-to or force our likes onto the new generation likes, and that can like mess up your whole night, because the thing that you want to do is to come in, and if they don't know you, if they see an old guy DJing a kids party, they're already going to be thinking that you're out of touch and everything. So you got to make sure that you come in and win them over. So these are some points why most prom playlists fail. So I can just automatically just toss, not even just ignore their suggestions, and just make a fan-made playlist. And that's being, I only play songs that I like. And not really listening to them. Fall into the viral trap. Again, that's going back to what you're saying. Because even music now, what you hear them playing last week, you be like, oh, straight, I'm going to play this, and it's going to be a banger, and that could be played out.
Yep.
That reminds me of Old Town Road, Lil Nas X. I didn't think that was the hottest song. I didn't think that was ever going to go away. But as soon as you start having other people or great grandmas and police officers and judges, all that start doing it, it's like it became corny. So
Yes.
So you gotta be careful of falling into the viral trap. Also, you gotta make sure it's not necessarily the songs you play, but it's the order and the way that you play them. You can lose momentum, build momentum and excitement, and then lose it quickly by not making sure you're following up with the proper songs, or building up that, making sure you lead up to that hype moment. And so hopefully we'll be able to break it down, because that's where I failed a lot when I first started DJing, especially my first wedding. I approached my first wedding like the way I did my school dances. And in my school dances, you maybe got a period, which is 40 minutes, or they might get lucky and get a double period. So that's 80 to 90 minutes. So basically, by the time the kids came in, I didn't have time to do a warm-up or, fiddle around. No. I just hit bangers after bangers after bangers after bangers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great for that situation. But for like a prom or an event, a long event, hitting bangers after bangers after bangers will not work. And then playing bangers after bangers or line dances after line dances after line dance, people get tired. And then you got to make sure you know how to rotate and work in the song to build up and bring it back down and all that kind of stuff.
Yes. You have to make it right away. You're going to have a group of students requesting this stuff. You're going to have a group of students requesting this stuff. Then you might have a group of students requesting country. So you're gonna cater to one. These kids are gonna be at a low. Then the country kids, you start throwing some country on, you bring them up high. The other kids go down low. So it's just a wave. And the one thing as DJs now with DJing school dances, you got to remember their attention span isn't that long. It's a short attention span. It's not like when you and I were growing up and listening to, we had AM, we had FM radio, but we listened to the whole song. Today, they want the hook and out, hook and out, hook and out. It's just like, okay, boom, 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 boom. That works great with these high school kids and even middle school kids. But once you get into a wedding scene, that's when it changes. You may have that younger crowd that wants to hear the hook, but then you have a lot of other people that are a little bit older that want to hear the whole song. But we're dealing with, middle school to high school kids, and you may have there might be 300 kids at that dance. You may only have 30 of them that want to hear the whole song. The other 270, they just want to hear that little bit, like a TikTok video, and out of it. In it, out, in it, out, in it, out. It's like, oh my God. Like, by the time the end of the night is, you're like, I don't want to listen to this music no more,
Because that's what I was going to bring up. The attention span is short only because of TikTok. And that's why with a few of those songs that was on that list, I went through and searched up on YouTube, or put the name of the song in and put dance or TikTok dance, just to see how many of those songs were actually TikTok songs, TikTok dance songs. So if it's a TikTok dance song, I know I don't have to play the whole song, because the whole song is inappropriate. So therefore, I don't have to waste time going through the whole song and censoring the words out, which I'm glad Virtual DJ got the censoring thing now, because now I'm going to just, those kind of songs, I'm just going to put the curse words in there, and then, because it's easy for me while I'm eating and doing something, just re-record the song and have the software automatically take it out for me. But
I'll give you a little bit of
ahead.
advice when you're gonna do the censoring, because what I did when I first started doing the words, I went into the software and I went to censor and I started typing words and it's just one straight long line. So did I type this word or didn't I type this word? I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna pull up Pages on my Mac, and I just kept on making the list, and then I saved it. Then I heard a song. Oh, wait a second. I have sensory on, but that word slipped through. Let me see how it's spelled, because I have the lyrics coming up on the screen too. Okay, add that to the list. Then I just copied the whole thing again in, pasted it into censoring. It overwrote what was in there, and that's a little bit of advice for you. Create a document or a text document, whatever you want to use. If you want to use Pages on your Mac, and you can keep growing that list until you basically have every curse word, slang curse word, everything there, and you just copy, paste it in there, and you're good to go.
I'm not doing all that. I got ChatGPT can do it in a couple. I just rather just say put in a whole list of curse words, or better yet, I have the playlist of songs. I can just tell it to look up the lyrics for each one and make sure those inappropriate words are inside of that list, and just copy and paste that list.
I want to type for therapy for my fingers, because this hand is basically numb. So it's therapy for me.
Yeah, I'm learning to use AI as a tool, as my friend.
Yeah. It's a, how can you say it? AI could be excellent. AI could be harmful, but we have to learn to use it, because it's here and it's not going nowhere. It's here to stay. And let's use it the most appropriate way we can, not just for DJing, but for everything. I mean, even those action cameras, they have AI. The video editing software is all AI now too. So I mean, you have everything AI. So Again, you're using it for the censoring. I, I, just- I didn't even think of using it for the censoring actually, but I like to type stuff out just to give me some therapy for my hand.
Mm. Yeah, and I use AI to try to come up with a list, and I'm going to show you how I use AI and how you if you're trying to go directly to those songs blindly, hopefully by the end of this episode you'll get some good ideas, and maybe you can
Okay.
give us some ideas of songs that we missed. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure I put that list, do a playlist, and do it just like what we did with all our other playlists. Make a Spotify
great.
playlist and put it on in our Facebook group page, and then you all can add to it and all that stuff. But the main thing is also the one thing I used to do when I first started DJing was I would sit down and go through songs and put all those songs in a crate. And it's just I have a crate full of songs, and it wasn't organized. It's like I didn't have anything for my, like when the doors open, warm up to the peak hours and all that kind of stuff. Everything was put in one huge crate, and when I first started DJing, I definitely went through and practiced, which was a waste of time. Practicing, I'm gonna play this routine, because if you get there and they're not feeling what you're playing, you just wasted a whole bunch of time. So I got out of that habit real quick. But the thing is, my point that I'm trying to get to is, don't have a crate full of just a bunch of songs. Think of mini sets. And when you construct your mini sets could be anywhere from 4, 5, or 6 songs. And because I got a whole bunch of playlists, and I'm going to show you how I did that. From like NVision. NVision is the school dance king. And what I like about him, again, I had mentioned that I throughout the year, I don't subscribe to his Patreon for the whole year. I go as I need it. So like I might go in August, September, the back to school or the homecoming season, I'll go to his Patreon. Or just like with the prom season, I'll jump to do the prom season. So I'll jump in just to see, since I'm not in the school, to see what are those hot songs.
Yes.
And then what I like about him, he not only gives you the playlist, I gotta watch to see if there's a difference between his regular YouTube video and his Patreon videos. He has the accompanying video, so you can kind of like see the songs in action and see how he led into the songs, how he mixed into the songs, how he used the mic to build up the songs and all that. So that's what I like about NVision. So I got a couple of Vision playlists. I took a couple of my history playlists, and then throughout the I guess you could say school year, Facebook group pages. Well, the people put out, here's my fire prom list or homecoming list. So I'll look through it and I see some songs on there that I was like, okay, this looked like this was a pretty good one, and I'll save it. So I have a few of those. And what I did was just take all those playlists and took it into ChatGPT and have it scroll through each one and just scrape it and see which songs pop up all the time.
Yes.
So it's not. So my other point that I'm trying to get to, don't just download playlists, or just like people again hate on crate hackers and all that. Don't just get the playlist and play it first song, second song, all that, because every event is totally different. Even if that person played that same playlist and did the exact same thing, it may not go as good as this school, because each school is also different. So go ahead.
Like Brian Esred always says, we as DJs, we are artists. And sure, we're not playing an instrument, we're not singing, but we are every time we go to an event, it's a blank canvas. we have the tools, we have our DJ equipment, we have the music. We gotta build and make a beautiful painting out of our tools that we have as an artist to make sure these children, I'm saying children, students, come away and say, wow, we had a great night tonight. It wasn't the same old stuff from it could be the same DJ over and over and over in the one school, and then all of a sudden they bring you in one year, and then, oh my God, the Hitman, he did it. We had a blast tonight because you could have taken the same songs he had and just played them in a different order, and you filled in that canvas and you made it beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And that's why remixes and mashups, just something, even though we're playing the same songs, it's just adding a different touch or scratching a little bit, or the transition is different, or even your mic skills, just to make it different and unique. Because I know Monday, Cool Thing talked about DJing like Michael Jackson. I'm a Prince fan, so I approach my DJing like the way Prince would. You know he's going to play 1999, Let's Go Crazy, Purple Rain, and all the classics. You know he's going to play it. But he does not play the songs the same each time. It's something, he adds something or take away. It's something dynamic. It's the same song, or it's the same set, because I've watched a whole bunch of his concerts, and he comes out with almost the same set. Even Morris Day and the Time, they come out with the same set from when it first came out to now. But what makes them different, they don't perform it the same, and it has different energies. And Prince is good at, he can write a song that's funk, but play it like a rock song next time, or play it like a church song next time. He can just flow in and out, and it's the way that he does that, and that's the way I approach my DJing. There are songs that, just because it's like Uptown Funk, everybody heard Uptown Funk, but then there might be a mashup with the same, you might have that same boom, 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 and everybody, vibing because they think they know the song. But when the hook comes in, or the first word come in, it's a different song, and it's one of their favorite songs on top of that, then they lose their mind.
Yep. Now, did you ever have the privilege of seeing Prince live in concert?
Yep. My first one was his Hit and Run concert. It was when he hooked up with Larry Graham and Dougie Fresh during that time.
Okay. I seen him live in concert. Oh my God, I want to say, at least 15 years ago, maybe a little less than 15 years ago. It was, I want to say, maybe about 4 or 5 years before he passed away. And he came out, and everybody was expecting him to play 1989, all the music from Purple Rain. He did a collaboration of that music. It sounded like 1999 was going to come on, and all of a sudden it was Baby I'm a Star. Then in Baby I'm a Star, it went to 1999, then went to Little Red Corvette. And I mean, he just took his music, and he led you on a journey that you didn't know where you were going, and you just sat there in awe. The thing with him was, like, the opening act for him, there's a person that came out on stage that just was all in black, black over his face, everything, but nobody knew it was Prince. And he was actually out there playing with the opening act. But then towards the end of that opening act's song list, he started doing some stuff on the guitar. I told my wife, I said, that's Prince out there. She's like, no, it can't be. I said, yeah, that's Prince. And then at the end of his concert, he announced that he was out there with the opening act. I mean, the man was so great. Michael Jackson, he is probably one of the world's greatest artists, singing artists. Prince was he was a singer, songwriter. He was a master of all trades. He was just phenomenal. It's so sad we lost both of them. It's just, unfortunately, that they're no longer here with us, but their music still is here and it's still inspiring this generation of kids to listen to it and start getting into their music.
Yep. All right. So when you're constructing your, going back to what I was saying about putting a bunch of songs all in your crate and have no direction, and then I talked about doing mini sets of like anywhere from 4 to 6 songs, and then change up. This is like a formula that you should kind of like use. I heard this, and I know Brian said it specifically, how he would go from different genres, but he doesn't do one song in one genre, then jump to another one. He usually stays there and then change over. And there's a way, if you do it right, there's a way that it will work. So it's it says Prom formula, but it's a good formula to use no matter what event you're doing or what genre. If you're doing being an open format DJ, I guess you could just say that. Being an open format DJ, this is a good formula to have. Play 2 or 3 current songs that's familiar. That's the main thing, because again, you want to build trust, and you want to have them in your hand before that 4th song or that last song in your set. It could be a crossover for doing a prom. It says do a crossover sing-along. Sing-alongs always work with your crowd.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yep.
God, yeah.
And then if you're doing it, any other event like a wedding or something, or you doing where you playing multiple genres, or like you were saying, Mikey Mike, where you had to appease different groups and you need to do it all in the same event, you can give them a couple of their songs that they like, find that transition song, or the sing-alongs or the group dance songs, and then appease the next group, and that's how you would rotate the dance floor. Think small mini sets as opposed to one long.
Oh yeah,
thing.
It makes it hard on the students, hard on the guest, and then it makes it a long night for us. I mean, it just you get bored because you're playing one long set and that's it. It gets to be a long night then for us.
Yep.
But like you create those mini sets, it's good. It keeps us busy and it keeps us thinking too, because you're gonna have kids coming up with requests and say, okay, this will fit good in this little set here. All right, I could take this song up, but I could put that song in there, or I could just add that song into that set. So, which is a great thing.
Yep. And I got one more I was going to pull up. I was going to try to get all got one more. All my playlists that I drew from, and let me see. I think I have the Facebook picture one. Nope. But when I first started doing, why did this go back? But when I first started doing school dances, I wish this website was still around to find what was the hottest song, and not only the hottest song. This website also told you which songs to avoid. They also told you which songs to kind of watch. There might be 1 or 2 words to kind of like watch. You might have to do a little edit. And they also definitely showed you what was the clean songs that is working across the United States.
Yes.
And if anybody know whatever happened to them or who replaced them, let me know. But this group was called the SchoolDanceNetwork.com. And they were like DJ NTV, like way John would do, and Matt Campbell. Yeah. They would send out, if you was on their mailing list, every month they'll send out, or every other week they'll send out email, and it gave you a list of songs, all the new songs coming out, all the classics and they ranked them, and they gave you ideals. Ideas about, so you wouldn't have to go through and say, is this song clean, and have to actually listen to will this work for a school environment because of the subject matter? They already did
Yes.
that for you, and they told you, so you knew what to do.
I mean, some songs may say they're radio edited, which they are because there is no cursing in them. There's no even the slang cursing that's washed out of them. But the suggestion for something is there. Can you play it? Me, I don't, because I'm like, no, I'm staying away from it because there's very suggestive material in that song. And I'm not a type of DJ that like to dissect every song that's out there. But when you're dealing with young minds that I can't say they don't have the knowledge, but when you're young and don't want to say dumb, but when you're young, you're just taking everything in and then you don't know what's going through that person's mind. So I try to get that stuff and just leave that on the wayside. And if I could, if I had to throw it on, maybe just catch the hook of it, or even just kill the lyrics and just have the beat going and throw lyrics from a different song on top of it. This way, they're hearing that beat and they're singing along to it. You can't stop that, but you have other lyrics going in on your controller. So, which is a good thing with all this improvements in our software that we use today. It's amazing what we can do. Really, truly amazing.
All right, and see, what was the next thing? Oh, let me close that. But the main thing is, again, I took a bunch of different playlists because since I wasn't in touch with the student body like I have been when I was inside the schools, I was like, I don't know what is the hottest thing. And I just don't want to go in and just play the same rinky-dink, songs.
Yeah.
So I just took a bunch of different playlists, either from what I saw on Facebook about a hot prom playlist. I also follow Crate Hackers playlist group, and there's another playlist group on Facebook that I follow too. And if I saw something where someone shared their prom playlist, I downloaded it. And then again, I went to NVision and got a couple of his playlists. And the thing was, I was looking for the songs that seemed like they popped up a lot. So basically, I'm looking for patterns, because basically, if the same songs are showing up on all of these different playlists, and then also I'm checking the charts, and these songs are also showing up high up on the charts, it's like I need to make sure, one, I have it in my music library, and two, that might be something I need to set aside and make sure I play that. And so here are some of the lists. This is small. Let me see if I can make it big. Yep. So this came from Facebook. I see Thunder's on there. I play that a lot. Cat's Eye, Gabriella. That's a new K-pop-ish kind of song.
But K-pop is so hot right now; it's unbelievable.
And let's see, go here. Now I see where he got into his line dances. Look like this is a couple of hours later, or an hour later, because this is at his 49th track. And I've seen some like church clap. And then his last, he ended it. Let's see if I can. Die with a Smile, Soldier Boy. Oh yeah, the sing-along. I forgot about this song. Fetty Wap and Remy Boys.
Okay.
Sticky. So
now that Don't Stop Believing, I never heard that one. It's a remix.
Where is it? You see that on there?
It was on the previous page.
All right, let me see. Oh, yep. I play remix of it, but I like the live version, and it has a party beat. I like the live
Yeah.
version because I don't have to worry about beat mixing because it's almost like a acapella. It's almost like
Yes.
he sings it free flowing. So therefore I can either high pass filter out of the main song or echo out and let it ride, or like Michael Jackson is always saying, and this is it, let it shimmer.
Yes.
Don't come in too
I mean,
too quick. Just let it shimmer, and then you just ease in with him. Just a hometown boy
Yep.
living in a small town world. Yep.
I don't know if you're into Sam Cooke. I love Sam Cooke,
Mm-hmm.
and that was one of Steve Perry's idols. He idolized Sam Cooke. And if you listen to Sam Cooke and close your eyes and then you listen to Steve Perry, he has that same. If you could feel the breath coming out of him as he's singing the song. And same thing with Sam Cooke. I mean, it's remarkable how he does it. You know.
Yep. So I'm not going to bore you all by showing every single playlist. Again, I use AI to just do all the heavy lifting for me. So I just put all these songs into ChatGPT and just have it go through, scrape each playlist, and then pull out the songs that keep appearing on each list.
Yeah.
But before I do that, there is one thing that I need to really talk about to really bring this home. Because again, you're looking for patterns, but also you gotta make sure. Let me get to it. There's a flow. There's a couple of things you need to look at. And Cool Thing kind of like touched upon it in his comment where he was talking about the different schools he DJ at. Also, make sure when you go and do a school dance that you kind of like try to get a gauge of what kind of student body are you dealing with. Are you dealing with a student body that's rap heavy, that's into, the urban sound, rap or pop? Are there a singing group? Because the group that I did DJ for Kevin, the Homecoming and Galleon, I would say they were more of a singing group. So I made sure I leaned into that, played a lot of sing-along kind of songs and group dance songs. Also, see if they're into TikTok. If they're into TikTok, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. Like there are some songs on that list that I showed you where they scribble a bunch of songs.
Yeah.
I wouldn't play the whole song. The whole song is kind of like crappy. But
Yeah.
I looked up and saw that there was a special dance that went to a certain part of the song. So I would tease them with the intro of the song to get their attention. Then make sure I go to the part so they can do that little TikTok dance, film it, and then quick mix out.
Like this.
Yep. Get out. So if you have that kind of crowd, make sure you have those already locked and loaded. I like to use in Serato, they have this thing called Serato Flip. So you can, instead of recreating a whole new different audio file, you can record your beat jumps, your cue jumps. So I create special quick edits of those songs, and then I give it a special color, and I tag it as quick mix. So therefore, I have a folder of quick mix songs. All these songs I know I don't have time to like play around. If I put it on, I need to know what I'm gonna play next, and just go in, out, and pretty much pre-plan it. Going back to your mini sets.
You're creating that 3-4 sci-fi songs on a playlist, and that's already you're starting to put the pieces of that puzzle together. And then like the TikTok songs, you're grabbing their attention and just boom, dropping the part that they want to hear, and then out of it and into something new. Because it's so hard to keep their attention on that. But then, like I said, you have that one group that'll say, "Why didn't you play the whole song?" Because it's not really appropriate to listen to it, Even though it is radio edit, but there's that suggestive material in it.
Mm-hmm. And again, always remember when you're doing your mini sets, you play your, your 3 or 4 songs, and then you have that sing along or that group song. Because once you get them
Yes.
hooked, you want to kind of like keep them there for a moment, and then you
Yes.
just flip it and start all over again. All right. And
Now,
then
at your prom, do they have a sit down dinner?
yeah.
Okay.
Yep, they have a little dinner for them. It's not long, but because it's only, it's only 2 hours, so it's not
Okay.
long.
Oh, then you're ours, like the semi-formal, that was 5 or 5.5 hours. The middle school semi-formal was only 3 hours, which wasn't bad, because at that age group, the middle school, you got 6th, 7th, and 8th grade there. The 8th graders' attention span is great, but the 6th and 7th graders, and so especially the 6th graders, forget about it. It's hard to keep them on base, But by 8th grade, and then by the semi-formal for the high school, they're already attuned to listen. They see the seniors out there dancing to the whole song. Well, the seniors are doing, I guess it's a cool thing to do, So they're gonna do it then too, They know, don't ask for anything that's dirty, because the seniors are telling them, listen, the DJ can't play any dirty music, so they don't bother asking for anything dirty.
Yep.
Middle school, forget about it. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, that's what I always have to talk. I guess because I felt comfortable with my students, so it's like,
Yeah.
There's no filter, because that's what I always tell them. I let them know that I did listen to their, or I did look at their playlist, song request, and I did go through and clean it up, and I edit it so therefore I can play it. So therefore, don't you put the dirty words in it, and don't do anything crazy, because if you do something crazy, then I won't play any of your songs.
Yes.
So I let them know ahead of time.
I had one school, they said, play whatever they want to hear. I'm like, do you ever listen to the music they want to hear? Yeah, we could hear it. Some kids don't have their earbuds in, so they're playing it on their phone. I'm like, I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm the DJ. I will not do that. I don't want to offend. One student may hear something and not like it and go home and tell their parent. And the next thing I know, I'm getting drug in front of the school board. Why did you play this song? It has this word, this word, this word, and it's suggestions to this, this, this. Then I got to answer for it. I said, if you want to play it for them, wait till I break down my stuff, and then put it on the PA system in the school district, in the school. But it's not coming from my equipment.
Mm-hmm. And so this is the list. I took all that list, and then ChatGPT took the list and took the songs that appeared on all the lists, and even incorporated some of theirs to create I guess you could say, event flow or whatever. And it's basically, it breaks it down into the doors opening, the walk-in vibe, the warm-up party set, and that would be kind of like while they're eating. That's because they usually come in, take their little pictures, socialize, and then they let them go eat real quick. Then there's a peak hour set, and then that's the scream the words section, the sing-alongs, and then when I went to the school this week, a lot of the because there's a lot of young teachers, so they want to do a lot of line dancing. So I gotta go and brush up on them line dance steps to make sure they know it. And that's another thing too. Sometimes getting on the floor with the kids, it kind of like break the ice, and they'll be more amped to party with you. If you interact with them, and you can get that connection, they'll be more. You have them right in your hands.
You nailed it right there. I mean, I can't get out there and dance with them, but they'll come up and they'll say, the first thing they ask me, where's the music coming from? From my hard drives. You mean you don't have CDs or anything? I'm like, no. you want to be watching? I'm like, no, that's fine. You know, as long as you don't touch anything. And they think they're cool because then they have their buddies taking pictures or their friends taking pictures that they're back there. I'll even step out of the way so it looks like they're DJing. And it just, I create this vibe with them and they love it. I love it. And they're having a great, my thing is there's so much crazy stuff going on in this world. Let these children be children. Let them smile for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the length of the dance is. Let them forget about that world outside. Let them be kids and let them put a smile on their. We'll put the smile on their face for them by playing the right music for them.
Mm-hmm. So let's see what ChatGPT came up. Remember, AI is a great tool, but AI can say some stuff. You're the DJ. You need to make sure you still listen to your songs and make sure you understand where you want to take the crowd, not necessarily AI. Because remember, AI is not human. AI just goes by analytics, and they don't have that human emotion. So that's your job as the human DJ to do that. But let's just see what did it come up with. Oh yeah, the cool thing says a lot of kids ask where the music come from.
Yeah, they're amazed that we don't have CDs with us. It's like, what? You don't have CDs with you? I'm like, no. I said, what do you have on your iPhone? MP3, a FLAC file. That's what I have too.
Yeah. I don't get that. I'm gonna show you when I break these things out, and they go into amazement. When I break one of these out,
oh
like,
yeah.
Whoa!
Oh my God. They are like, their eyes get as big as silver dollars. Like, wow. Because vinyl has come back in such force. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see that you have vinyl, it's like, boom. It's just like, you just set them off to another dimension right there.
Uh-huh. And don't have a 8-track laying around.
No.
That's been having issues with everybody in that area.
We had a bad thunderstorms move through last night, which were terrible. I mean, it was thundering so loud, you could actually feel the vibrations in the home. Oh my God, unbelievable, unreal.
Mm-hmm.
And then rain off and on all day. I can't stand this weather already. You got one nice day, and then 6 days of rain, or you get some sun, then rain, and some sun, then rain. It's like, please let it be nice for at least 2 or 3 days straight. Just, I don't care if it's cloudy out, but just no rain, you know?
Okay. I see the the start the spin guys are probably coming through.
Yep.
I see Buddy's in the chat. Hey, Buddy.
Hey, bud. What's happening, sir?
So we kind of like piggybacking off of what you talked about on Tuesday. So his was the our top 10 wedding songs. So we're talking about prom songs. And so basically what I did was took some prom so-called fire playlists from the different Facebook group pages, and I went to NVision and downloaded his latest prom playlist, and I put it all in ChatGPT and to like go through each playlist to give me one playlist of all the popular songs that kept popping up on each one of those playlists. So we was just getting ready to go into it. So for our doors open and walk-in vibes, let's see what ChatGPT cooked up. Number 1, I never heard of that one before. Mitski, My Love, Mine, All Mine. I never heard of that one. Frankie Valli, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. I heard of that one, but I don't know if I'll play that with my group.
That you could get away with a little bit of it and then just out of it. That Billie Eilish, for some reason, she's all over the charts, and most of her music is, I don't know, She changed up a little bit, but it was always like that, like boring type of monotone. And the teachers tell me, do not play her. I mean, and she doesn't have any bad lyrics in her music, but it's not danceable. So they want the kids to dance.
Yeah, I might play her there because again, the doors is opening up and it says build energy slowly. So you're looking for more of a vibe-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
And save those hard hitting bangers for later.
For a little later.
After dinner, after they have their little dinner or whatever, or take their little pictures. Because I'm not sure if they're going to have a 360 this year or a photo selfie booth, photo booth, whatever you want to call it. Have one of those pictures. You take pictures over there.
Are you using yours?
Nope. I still got open minds up. I think I'm just going to go ahead and open minds because I'm trying to save it to do this unboxing kind of thing. I'm like, I really don't have time. It's like,
yeah,
so,
I hear you. Time is it's a how can you say it? It's like it's an adventure for us. Hopefully, we have that time that we could do just enough of what we have to do for in a day. And next thing you know, it's 11 o'clock at night, and you're like, oh my God, I didn't get this done, I didn't get that done. So,
yep.
But let's get back to this list here.
Okay, and then we have, so I might play Billie Eilish, Birds of a Feather, Rihanna, Love on the Brain. I'm trying to remember that. I gotta listen to these. I think these are slow. Or I might, because some of these songs I definitely would switch out. Kalani Folded. That one doesn't jump out. When I Was Your Man, that's a maybe for me.
Yeah.
Olivia Dean, So Easy. That doesn't jump out. Sabrina, I wouldn't play Man-Child Sabrina Carpenter. I think Espresso fits better. And then I have Espresso mashup with Lotto.
Okay, that would fit.
Yeah, I think that would work with my group better. Estelle and Kanye West, American Boy, Zara Larson, Lust Life. I forgot how that one sounded.
I forget that one. I may have played that once or twice.
Tyler Water, I'll play that. Because it has that Afro beat. Give me water. Yep. Fancy. That I will wait or maybe play that when they come in and they start taking their little pictures. You fancy, huh? When they first walk into the gym.
Yeah. Yep.
As soon as the doors open, I could see a bunch of them come in. I'll probably play You Fancy.
Yeah, because you're making them feel good because they're walking in, they're all dressed up and stuff, you know.
And then I don't know how to say her name. Aiko, is it Johnny or Johnny?
Johnny, I think.
So My Mind, I don't remember how that one. Morgan Wallen and Post Malone, I Ain't Coming Back. Yeah, I probably wouldn't play that for my group.
I will. No, and plus I wouldn't play it there. Maybe towards the end of the night. You know.
Then Bruno Mars on Die With a Smile. Okay, that might be played. And then Buddy said Frankie Valli for the Teachers. I just know that's too old. I wouldn't play that. That's way over their heads. I wouldn't.
But you know what, Dwayne, actually, see if anybody starts requesting something from that genre or that era. If they do, then you could throw it on just a little bit of it. Because if they start requesting, like say, Casey and the Sunshine Band, boom, that's right in that same area. So you'll catch them with that one, believe me.
And then
Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay, Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nay Nay.
Now all those I'll definitely play because those are dance songs.
Yeah.
Pacific dance songs. But let's go back and see if is this list
jeans
following, huh?
Apple bottom jeans. I didn't see that on there, did you?
I thought Low was on there. It might be that peak hour.
Okay.
Because this is still the warm up. This is like when
Warm
they're
up, yeah.
finishing up eating and you're trying to get them on the dance. Party rock anthem. I could see me playing that. Holler Back Girl. I could see me. Yeah, I could see me playing that. The Gorillas. This Feel Good Inc.
Nah.
I don't know. It's right now. I'm hearing a lot of people sneaking Clint Eastwood. A lot of the kids like the Gorillas Clint Eastwood one.
Okay.
Because that's the new one that they did. Because they were just on Saturday Night Live not too long ago. I think on the Grammys too, or somewhere in there. I could see me playing all these. Fire Burning. But I'm thinking more of, what's the other Sean Kingston one? The cheerleading one? Or is that the other? He has another one.
Oh my God.
Because I play that around the same time I play OMI Cheerleader.
Yeah.
Beautiful Girl is like a reggae song. Something about a beautiful girl or something.
Beautiful Girls is by Sean Kingston too.
Yeah, that's the one I'll probably play.
Yeah, that one would be fitting in there better.
Mm-hmm.
And then the wobble, I thought that would be at the peak hour because that's like the Cupid Shuffle, wobble, Salento, Watching Whip, Watching Nene, Cha-Cha. That would, I think, would be in peak hour.
But I'm thinking, if you were to play this according to ChatGPT, right in order, if you notice, these are all dance specific songs that you're trying to get them more involved. So that should lead into your I gotta look at this. Hot to Go, Shake It Off.
Now, like Kenny Loggins, Footloose. I mean, I love Kenny Loggins, but I like the Blake Shelton version better. It's a country song, but it has more of a danceable beat than Kenny Loggins. Kenny Loggins is the original singer, but Blake Shelton, I play that 99.9% of the time over Kenny Loggins.
Mm-hmm. But also going back to that, was it that the mini sets? It don't look like it's following that rule.
No, they're grouping everything. Boom.
Yeah. So as a DJ, you might want to. Here's your low that you was talking about.
Yeah.
You again stick to that 2 to 3. Familiar songs, and then the sing along or something like that. Because I'm looking at all this. If you're not quick mixing, you play almost the entire song. I can see people getting tired after doing all this. But going back to your question or your statement, it seems like these songs are leading and getting them warmed up for your peak hour. I can still see Not Like Us going there. I can definitely Fiend and Mo Bamba. These would be like your sing-alongs.
It's fun. Thank God they came out with a clean version of Fiend. Because when they first came out with that, I mean, there's no possible way you could have played it unless you sat down and really, really sat down and edited it. And now they do have a completely clean version of it on promo only. It's great. But now what? Now I don't have the kids asking for it. I'm like, oh, what happened? You want to hear Fiend? No. I'm like, okay. I'm trying to push it now, and because I got the clean version of it, and they don't want to hear it. Like, oh my God.
And Get It Sexy. If I play anything with Sexy Red, Sticky, to me, Sticky is better. Because it's too many Sexy Red things. Because again, it's going back to you just told them, don't do anything crazy when I play these songs. And I could just see them twerking and being that's nasty.
Yes.
And then too, I'm thinking she kind of like, you don't even hear about her that much anymore. I'm thinking she fade out. So you have the Get Low. Okay, I can see that. Hey Baby, No Hands. No Hands, I can see that for the boys. Danza Kuduro.
Danza Kuduro.
Yep. I could see that going in like my Aladdin kind of like mini sets.
Definitely, yeah.
Like Timber, any Pitbull kind of stuff.
Yes. Pitbull, definitely.
And Gasolina.
Mm-hmm.
Bad Bunny, I don't get a lot of requests for Bad Bunny. I know I hear a lot of DJs talking about that.
You know, the last dance I just did, I think I had 2 requests for them,
Mhm.
and that was it.
And these are the NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk
Mm-hmm.
and Drake. This little group right here, that came from the student body.
Okay.
So yeah. So I'll try. There's a couple of songs in there. Those will be quick mixed. You get the beat, get the boys involved, let them do their little woof 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 and all that stuff. Then move on. Go on to something else.
No. What's one song that I played it? I think my daughter was in 7th grade,
Mm-hmm.
and she's out of school 10 years, so 15 years ago, was the Running Man anthem. I don't know if you ever heard. I don't know if that's the title. It's Jersey something Running Man anthem. It's a great song. You'll probably have to look it up on YouTube.
Okay. I think we did that like one of our first episodes you was telling me about.
Yeah,
I think I might have done it.
Honestly, it's such a great song. And there's no cursing in it. There's nothing suggestive, but it is a great, great song.
And then, of course, Lip Gloss and Sticky, yeah, those right next to each other. Million Dollar Baby is a sing along. They like it's not same song. It's something. It's not Rock Wave. I'll look it up later. But it's a song that it was a talent show favorite. I'll put that in there. And they like this artist. I think it's Jake, or is it Juke? J, and it's the letter VKE.
Okay.
It's like Golden Hour. And he has another one, Golden Hour, and those are 2 favorite sing-alongs for them. As well as the TikTok one is Your Way Better. Those will go good. Then your screen of words. Let's see what sing-alongs. Sweet Caroline, I wouldn't do. Not for my group.
You gotta do Sweet Caroline. The last song of the night.
No, not for this group.
Honestly, there was 3 high schools here in Wilkes-Barre: Coughlin, Myers, and GAR. GAR had they were supposed to have the worst reputation. 90% of the school was black students, and the other 10%, 8% were Hispanic, 2% were white. And they're like, Mike, you're DJing up there. I'm like, yeah, why? Oh, man, you got to take protection. I'm like, listen, I know a lot of the students from there. Well, when I went up there and the student scene was me, because the teachers asked me, you mind if we don't put your name up on the board that you're DJ? I said, yeah, that's fine. That's no problem. When they see me walk in, they're like, oh, my God, DJ Mikey Mike. They came all running. The one song they requested, and it blew my mind, was Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline. I'm like, all right, listen, I said, guys, it's not going to be the last song of the night. It'll be next to the last song of the night. Well, what's the last song of the night going to be? I said, I can't tell you that yet. But as soon as you hear Sweet Caroline, you know the next one's going to be a great song. And they were the ones who requested. I was shocked, because, again, the demographics, people tell me, oh, you got to take protection. These students were so polite, so kind, and they knew me from football and stuff like that with the kids. My son played football, but there was Copeland, that was JR, but again, they knew me. So once they know you and they know what you're going to DJ, how you DJ, they just they just open up to you like your students. They're gonna open right up once they see you. They're gonna be like, "Oh my God," you know.
Yeah, I went to their spring concert the other day, and the concert was going on. As soon as I went into the gym, they all was like, "Oh, Mr. Dixon." I felt like a superstar. I couldn't get to my seat. I was kind of like embarrassed because it's like all the attention was taken away from what was going on stage, and it was all coming up, hugging and high-fiving and all that kind of stuff.
That makes you feel good because you touch so many lives through music and teaching them and respecting them. Once you give them respect, they're going to give you so much respect back. It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be 20 years from now. They're going to say, "Hey, Mr. Dixon," and they're going to be in their 30s. You're going to be in your late 60s. You know, it's going to be. They're going to be. It's unbelievable what you have done for these students.
And those two songs I was talking about, because Serato 4 point, I think it's 05, it loads up quicker. It doesn't take all day to load up. But
that's used to kill me with Serato. I was like,
Their favorite sing along is Favorite Song by Tootsie. And then the other one, the Juke or Jake Hype, those two songs is This Is What Heartbreak Feels Like. They love that song. And Golden Hour.
Golden Hour, yeah.
Yep. So if I hit that, then most likely we'll play K-pop Demon Hunters. Either Soda Pop or the one that the girls sing. I forget the main one.
That K-pop it's just killing me. It's like, it's something new. How long is it going to last for? That's what I'm worried about. Is it going to be just this year? It's going to be this year, next year, and then all of a sudden it's just going to drop like a hot potato? We don't know.
I was trying to see, but it don't look like, is it Takedown? I see Soda Pop. Or is it Golden? Let me see. I could tell.
Golden is K-pop.
Given the throne, I didn't know.
I think it's Golden. I think that's the. Even though they like it, I only gave it a 1. I might play that. That'll be like my reset or warm up because it doesn't have that. It's more of a vibe to me.
Yeah.
And then
I think all the K-pop is just a vibe. Honestly, that's my opinion. I don't know. I may be wrong, but it's here today. Come the fall time of the year, you're doing the homecoming dance. They may not request K-pop at all. You know, it's just I have that feeling.
Yeah, but no, I think there's a lot of them have that hip hopish kind of vibe, or that
yes, they do.
The Pussycat Girl kind of vibe. You know, like the TV show, the ones where they have a contest with all these different singers, and they get it down to like 5 or 3 of the winners, and they become a record like Danity Kane and all that. So but they manufacture pop bands, just like the way Maurice Starr did with New Edition and New Kids on the Block, or NSYNC, or I think it was Ohio was the one that Simon from
American Idol.
Yeah, he did with them. So
and you know what happens? They're great songs, and then radio overplays them, and then the kids get so sick of hearing them. They're like, okay, boom.
Yeah, but I know these kids, they're going to hear some K-pop.
Oh, yeah. I mean, right now, K-pop is the hottest thing on the block, honestly. Believe me.
And then Cool Thing said BTS. Yeah, I'm definitely going to play that.
Oh, yeah.
Butter. Stray Kids. Yep. And then the golden one, or is it Cat's Eye? I think it's Cat's Eye. They call it Cat's Eye, Gabriella. But I don't think they're K-pop.
That's another hot one. Cat's Eye, Golden, Soda Pop. And Cat's Eye it's not spelled Cat's Eye either. It's not like CATS. I forget how it was spelled.
It was K, because
K.
it showed it on that first list.
Because the girl came up with her phone and she goes, "You have this?" I'm like, "Let me take your phone." I had to move it back. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I do have that one here."
Of course, Partying USA, I'm gonna play. But then also my group, they still like. That's another one that but then that wasn't a wedding song. They still like Meek Mill's Dreams and Nightmares. They still like that one. But see, I play a mashup of that one because it's a mix of that and it goes into Fiend, where he goes, damn, boom, give it what you want. So that one goes good with that. So they still like that song.
Now, Pop the Tags by Macklemore. What the heck was the name of the actual title of the song? Dun, dun. Oh my God, I can hear it's right in my head right now.
And then Buddy said Bang Bang is good. It's cool. And he says those groups remind me of the boy bands from the 90s. Yep.
Yeah, they do.
Because a lot of them was like manufactured, either straight manufactured, like I guess you could say industry plant-ish.
Yes.
Or a lot of groups were just mimicking that group.
That's like One Direction. I mean, they all came out separately, and then Simon, he put them together and formed One Direction. Yeah, but now they're gone their separate ways again, and sadly, they lost one of the members of the band before they got a chance to ever reunite. Or
is that the Liam guy? The one that fell off the balcony or something?
Yeah, Liam is the Irish guy. Oh, Niall Horn is the Irish guy. Liam is, I forget which one's Liam, but the guy fell out. It was in Mexico. He fell off.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still investigating it, and it's just so sad that now they're never going to be the same without him, even though he didn't have that much of a significant role in the band. But still, he was part of that band, and it's missing that piece of that puzzle now, you know?
Yep. So it's something I was going to say, but there was one song that he made that I kind of like. I forget what it was, but those are the songs that I took when I took all those playlists. I think it was like up to 7 playlists, and those are the ones that showed up a lot on the on those different playlists.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's amazing how these students, how the music that they like and how different they can be, you know, and how you could go. I mean, music is music right across the whole United States, but you can get the same group of kids, and then 6 months from now, their music is going to switch. It's going to be like, well, you guys like this before. Now you like this now? Yeah. Okay. I mean, I found that out a hard way with my one cousin. I DJ'd her Sweet 16. She was all into Disney. Her graduation, which was 2 years later, was nothing but hardcore rap. I'm like, what happened to the Disney girl? She flew the coop. She told me. I'm like, oh boy, okay. You know, like, it just that's the way it is. I mean, kids have they're changing their music. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because you gotta also remember, music is almost instantaneously, and that's why as artists, if you want to stay relevant, you gotta continuously produce music or produce content. Period. If it's not the official release and all that stuff, because it's not back when we were growing up when you had to go and make a record, get it played on the radio, and it slowly, took over. Whereas now you can create a song right now, 5 minutes later you can upload it to YouTube, SoundCloud, and all that, and it can be consumed. So you got something new coming in like regularly. So as a DJ, you got to like stay on top of those trends
God, yeah.
and be kind of like familiar with it.
I'll give you an example. My son played football and stuff, right? So he was into that hardcore rap music, and then he graduated. He was still into it. Now he's into a little bit of EDM, but he's into the 70s, like the danceable 70s. My daughter, again, she was into the hardcore rap music, but now she's into like Steely Dan and stuff like that. I'm like, what happened? What did I miss something? How did these go from here to here? You know, but they love it. And even my son, he likes America, Steely Dan too, but he's more of the danceable music, where my daughter's Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I'm glad you've seen the light, you know?
And I see,
Rap is bad.
yeah, DJ Pretty Boy is in the house.
Hello, pretty boy. Cutie pie.
So tell me,
Hey,
what
what
did you all go to your school dances kind of songs? Or if you don't do school dances or proms, what is your go-to songs for your events? And then
I was waiting for Pretty Boy's video this morning, but I guess being roasted last night, he didn't drop a video.
oh, so he was supposed to do one today?
I thought because he was doing one every day for the longest time, and all of a sudden he gets roasted. No video today. I'm like, oh,
Are you
man,
talking about
Jake's
his
got it."
mashup videos?
Yeah.
Yep. But we still got, if he still need help, maybe Sunday we can meet up, because I was supposed to help them with his DMX issue, but then my bike decided it didn't want to run, so I had to deal with that. So it's like that took up a lot of my time. But speaking about playlists and all that, and student playlists, I came across this Facebook post, and I wanted to discuss this. This is a chat question, so make sure everyone kind of like watches this and chime in. So what are your thoughts on this? Let me see if I can pull it up. That's not it. Is it this? It's not it. Oh, here it is. Dang it. Why is this not going? Let me go and find it. I felt like I was The Rock for a second. That's not my catchphrase.
Yo,
Here it is.
hold up. Every now and then, I come across something in the DJ world that makes me stop and go,
Say what? Say what? Say what? Say what? Say hold up, 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 hold up.
say what? This is that segment where we tap into the DJ streets. A post, a video, a take that got people talking. And I had to bring it here to the Cue It Up DJ podcast, so we can break it down, call it out, and see where the culture really stands on it. Was it lit or was it trash? Was it facts or straight cap? So I gotta ask you all, everybody in the chat, say what? Let's get into it.
I'm just gonna step out for 1 second. I'll let my car pass that out there.
All right. So this post, I came across it on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and for this school's prom fundraiser, they put out this this flyer, and it says "Pay to play or ban." So DJ dance fundraiser for the prom. Add or ban a song. I'm not sure if this was real or was this one of those troll posts, but basically, the students can pay to have a song played. You can pay to have a song banned. You can pay extra to boost the song to make sure it's guaranteed to play, or $15 to permanently ban it and you can't unban it. And it says cash only at the lunch booth. Submission ends Friday. So what are your thoughts on that? Because when I first saw it, I was like, wait a minute, they're going to do this live? And then I was like, I had to think, and I was like, wait a minute, they must going to do this at lunch, because I can see it very chaotic and And a messed up situation, they try to do that live.
Yeah, I would not want to be in that lunchroom. Believe me, you know.
Mhm.
Again, you got how many students are in the school?
I don't know. In my school, it's not that many. It's
Okay.
under
Yeah,
200.
I'll just say this school here, say there's 1,000 students in the school, and okay, say just the 12th grader, so you have 250 kids in the 12th graders. You're gonna have so many different groups of kids that like certain types of music. So you're gonna single out one group and say, we're gonna ban this music or these songs. And that whole group of kids, they're not gonna show up at the dance. So now they're losing, they may have gained money here, but they're losing money there. Then the photographers losing money. Now they're not going to have enough to pay for this or this or this or that, or certain types of food or their gift or whatever. I mean, that's a double-edged sword right there, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Buddy said he thinks it's a troll. And then at La Ruckus Inc., DJ Pretty Boy said it's more money. And he said he would drop, Buddy said he'll drop $1 million for no rap or hip hop. And he laughed.
I love rap. I love Eminem. That's him, Tupac. I love those two guys.
But I guess they can override the permanent ban by paying $20. And it guarantees a song gets played. So just imagine if they want Pound Town and all that kind of songs.
Oh man.
Just give me some WAP.
I mean, like I said, that's a double-edged sword right there. That has to be definitely troll because you're playing with kids' emotions. I mean, really bad. And at that age group, 17, 18 years old, you don't want to mess with them. I'm sorry. I just, no, there's no possible way,
Yep. And he says, Cool Thing said, music should not be banned at all.
Well, you gotta think, Cool Thing, if it's a sign that's relative to a lot of sexual innuendos, a lot of cursing in it, it doesn't belong in the school. There's a time and place for everything.
Yeah, music, it's just like your First Amendment right. Just because you have the right to scream fire and all this other stuff don't mean that you should do it.
Yeah, I mean, don't scream fire in the school because guess what? Your parents are going to be coming to pick you up in jail. That's what's going to happen.
But it's just like I forget the.
It's a bomb. Yeah,
it's an influencer and he has a group. I'm trying to think who is this. Oh, it was him and his brother. They're part of that red pill community. They went over and They went over and got SA on charge. Tate, the Tate brothers. I forget his name. Something Tate. But anyway, him and his crew went to Miami, and on a Jewish holiday, requested the DJ play this Kanye West song, and it had, when he was going off the hinge talking about, the anti-Semitic, the anti-Semitic kind of song that Kanye put out. And they got in trouble for that. They got banned from that. And then I think that DJ might have got in trouble for playing that. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, you got to use your mind before you may look big and you might be the showboat for that night. But then a week from now, guess what? Nobody knows you no more. You were just popular that one night and that's it. And now try to get a gig somewhere. Try to do something somewhere. You're not going to get it. It's just you got to look at everything not as a tunnel in the tunnel vision area. Look beyond that. Look outside the box. If I play this now, what's going to happen a month from now, a week from now, 2 days from now, even 6 months from now, because there's your phone, there's somebody recording you, and that's getting uploaded. And once it gets uploaded, that's never coming down. It's up there for your lifespan and your grandchildren, your great grand. It's just up there. You're never going to get rid of it. So all you're doing is harming yourself by doing something like that. That's why, even with me, like my social media pages, I do not post anything political, anything religious. You may do it because you feel, oh, that's right, because I vote for this person, or I'm this religion. No, I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what politics you believe in. I believe in, there is a God. Your religion may say, you might be atheist, say there is no God. This one may be whatever religion, say there is a different form of a God. So you keep all that stuff out of that, and it keeps you out of that area. And another thing is also, don't be the DJ that pats yourself on the back. Say, oh, I do this for my community, I do that for my community, and you're posting all over social media. You pat yourself on the back. You have done so much stuff for your school, for students that you've helped throughout the years. You're not patting yourself on your back. I know, buddy, I know, cool thing myself. I've donated so much time for cancer. Cancer patients, they need fundraisers. I'm there because my wife's a cancer survivor. But I'm not putting it out on social media and say, hey, I did 200 gigs for cancer and I didn't charge a dime for it. Why am I patting myself on my back? Just do it, be quiet, and discreetly. That's it. You gotta watch what you're doing, especially if you're a DJ and any type of photographers. You're doing stuff that you're out in the public eye. And once you do something that offends somebody, that's it. You're done. You offend one person. It may take a year to 2 years for that one good thing to spread. You do one bad thing, within a day, everything that you did that was good is all wiped away by that one bad thing that you've done.
So getting back to the comments, DJ Pretty Boy has said it's God's plan. I know I played that Drake song. It's usually doing after their graduation, they come up with their group picture or their school or class song. I'll play that as they start filing out or taking pictures with their family, and they sing that one. And then Buddy said 2 Live Crew, and he says he's going to request it and we have to play it, and he's going to do it at Sam's Corner.
Uh-oh. He's moving in on Cool Things area, huh?
Yeah, you Yankees.
I'm a Yankee Doodle, man.
So to wrap this all up, it's easy to get if you're stuck trying to find out what to play at your proms and your school dances. Just pretty much stick with the classics. That's what I would say. Stick with the classics and just remember the mini sets. Don't try to put everything in one crate and leave it at that. Think of trying to get to the rules.
But I see Dice Man 3 times in concert. Every time he was on top of his game, he had people thrown out of the concerts because they kept on heckling him. He's like, "I'm out of here. You don't get him on here, I'm off the stage." Well, guess what? You seen these bodyguards come down? They were big. They were bold, and they had muscles on top of muscles. Their nostrils, their earlobes had muscles, and they just picked the guy up and just walked right out with him. I'm like, the guy he wasn't a small guy. He was about 6 foot, probably about 260, and just one hand just raised him up about 4 inches off the ground. And the guy swinging at him, Ice Band just stood up there until they were out of there.
So what brought that on? I was thinking something else. I didn't know.
These comment that he's going to have Andrew Dice Clay and George Carlin playing in the background.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, okay. Because I missed it. I was like, okay, now
Yeah.
where is he going with this story? 'Cause-
As soon as I see that, I'm like, oh my God, Dice, man, I love him.
Mm.
George Carlin. You have to watch George Carlin because he came up with 7 words from Disney you can say on TV, but they're actually sexual things too. I mean, it was a wild, wild video.
Yep. But going back to when you're doing your sets, think of mini sets instead of one just dumping everything in your crate. Think of mini sets. And again, 2 to 3 current songs. Stick with something that's familiar. You can do this with all your events. Stick with something familiar to hook them in. And once you get them hooked in, then you can try to sneak in like let's try your experimental song or sing-along songs to keep that energy going, or your group dance song, and then just keep repeating it over and over. And then make sure that you separate the night. Doors opening, then your dinner or warm-up, and then you lead into your peak hours. That's where you try to get everybody on the dance floor. Once you can get everybody on the dance floor, just turn it up. That would be equivalent to your, what's that, locus order, from your quince. Then turn it way up, and then have some kind of wind down song to send them out with a happy memory, especially if it's a prom, because this is like almost their last, I guess you can say this is their last time that they'll be together as high school friends. So you don't know who's going to move away, or if you're ever going to see them again, or not again until you have a class reunion. So try to send them with a nice memory. I always end my song. I have a thing for that Zed song, "Meet Me in the Middle."
Yeah, that's a good song. I like that one. It's so funny, like you just mentioned, this is their last time together as a class. And it's amazing because you're only together for 4 years. And for 4 years, you're not with each other every single day, but you build such close relationships. And the end of the school year comes, you'll say, listen, we're still going to be remaining friends. We're still going to be close. We're still going to do this. We're going to do that together. And time slowly you drift apart and you don't see each other. I mean, some kids never show up at a reunion. You try to look them up on Facebook. You try to look them up on the other social medias. It just, unfortunately, that close bond that you had for 4 years got separated. And then there's some that you weren't friends with. All of a sudden, you may see them out in public, and boom, hey, well, you graduated class A3, yeah. And you blow something out of the water. It's amazing.
And then yep, DJ Pretty Boy has said it's called Order Loca. And then Buddy said, Red Peters and Richard Cheese off the list. I can't get the closing song. So what is your all's closing songs? Your, like, if you had to do like that memory or farewell song? Because I know for the graduation, I do the, I think they say it's Vitamin C. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. I got my thing open. It's that Pachelbel song. Vitamin.
I know one that I got requests to play a lot was na 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 hey 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 goodbye.
Yeah.
It's an old sign. It's like, these kids want to hear this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's Vitamin C, Graduation, Friends Forever.
Don't matter about the rest of our lives.
That one.
That's a good sign too.
Yep.
That's a beautiful sign. Like I said, these kids don't know how lucky they have it. They're going to be graduating, and now they're getting out into the real world, college, job, armed services. I mean, whatever they're going to do in life. just pray they succeed and give them the best night of their life next week.
Yep. And so, cool thing he said, because I think they're getting ready, they're trying to get back together after 13 years after graduating high school. So cool thing them is trying to get their things back together, their reunion. And then he said, Bruno Mars, Today My Life Begins. That's his send-off song.
I know that he was doing a live the other day. He was talking about the class of 2013. I asked him, I said, I was out of school 30 years then. That's my 30th reunion.
Okay. So we're about at our 2-hour mark. So because I had to get up early and I got a long day doing this gig Friday and Saturday. So good thing I got all my speakers and stuff set up. So only thing I have to do is just bring my laptop and little controller, plug it in, do a sound test, and then be ready to rock and roll.
Is your prom this week or next week?
Oh, the junior prom is next Friday. Tomorrow and Saturday is the African American Quilt and Doll Guild's fashion show and quilt show. That kind of thing.
Cool. That's great. I love doing ethnic stuff like that. It's amazing. You know, people don't. It's a last tradition that, well, it ain't a last tradition, but it's a last thing that these younger generations don't see. And when they see it, if you take some pictures and you post up on your social media page, it's like, wow, you know, people, then they start reflecting. And like the kids may show their parents, and parents are like, yeah, we did this. Like, you know, it's just, I love traditional stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I've videotaping everything, especially since I'm set up. I have time to like walk around and videotape, and then the place is only like 15 minutes from my house. So I'll be able to get there and tape that because they do a lot with fabric. They don't just make quilts like, you know, for a bedspread. They make real clothes, real jackets, real pants, dolls. And this year there was a few people that had a doll house. They made a doll house from fabric and stuff. So it's kind of interesting what they did.
It's amazing. Like DJing has opened my eyes to so many different cultures. It's unreal. And now you're doing something this weekend. I mean, you probably experienced it before, but you know, now you could expose other people to it too, also by taking some pictures and videos. It's amazing what you could do for not just you, but friends, family around you, neighbors around you, you know?
Yep. Because that's what I try to do also with my DJing. Is that like the quilts? Because the quilts, yeah, they can make like, you know, the basic quilts, but they make quilts and it tells a story. And it's almost like you can look at the quilt and it tells a beginning, middle, and end story if you really look at it. And it's amazing what goes on and the story, the story behind making the quilt, what's on the quilt, and all that. So that's why I try to do it with music. I just don't want to play music. I want to play music that tells a story to create a vibe.
But like I said, every event that we do, I don't care if it's wedding, school dance, whatever, we're artists. We're going in there. It's a blank canvas. We want to make a beautiful painting. If it's a wedding, we want to make a beautiful painting for that couple that they can say, hey, that was an excellent night. That painting was beautiful. Same thing with the school dance, same thing with Sweet 16, whatever you're doing. We're starting off with a blank canvas. Let's get our palette ready and boom, we do it.
And after party, I know I can't do no after party tonight because my motorcycle incident on Monday, and I didn't get home till wee in the morning. It's like I'm still trying to get up, and then too, by me doing not only the prom, but I'm helping a couple of schools with their graduation ceremony and the end of the year performances. It's like I have to get up now and go to those schools. So it's like I really don't have rest, and I got to make sure I'm rested for that one because it starts at 10 and ends at 6, and I don't play music the whole time. I play music in between, but then there's speakers and other stuff going on. So basically, I still have to do the mics and all that kind of stuff.
The last night was the first night I got to bed before 1:45. So I'm ready. Right now, I'm ready to go to bed, but I got to give my mom her medicine, and it's going to be, Mom, I'm going home, I'm going to bed.
Yep. So you got them sleepy eyes. So let me go on so you don't fall asleep on our show. And DJ Pretty Boy, I got the gig because my mom is part of the quilting guild. And also, when I first started teaching, one of the ladies that kind of like helped me out was my colleague, coworker. So she's part of the guild. And then the lady that was over the whole like music and arts department in the school district, she's part of the guild. So it's like I knew a lot of those people. And then one was, I didn't have her as a teacher, but she was a teacher at the high school that I went to. So it's like a lot of them I knew. So it's one of those things where being in the right place at the right time, and I DJ, they needed music, and that's how I was able to slide in. And then from there, doing those, that's why I was saying with certain, when people are saying, what do you call it? Doing charity work equals more charity work. Yes, if you don't have a plan. If you come in with a plan and do charity work, it can lead to being paid later on or lead to other activities. So that's why I stay good and treat the ladies well, because I get a lot of business outside of their quote.
I had one question for you, like doing your school dance and stuff. Now around here, it's very political. When my daughter was a senior, when she was a junior, they wanted me for the junior prom. They were class president, the whole class. They voted for me to be their DJ for the prom. And the teacher who took care of the prom said, "Oh, Mike, I'm so sorry you didn't win the vote." Like, "Oh, I didn't?" I said, "Well, the class president told me I did, hands down." Came to the senior year. They voted me in again. He told me, "Mike," he said, "I'm so sorry you didn't win the vote again." So I had the class president come down to his schoolroom, to his classroom. I said, "Who won the vote for DJ?" He said, "You, Mike." I said, "There we go. How come I'm not DJing?" He couldn't answer me. Now it became one school, one big school. And they asked me 1 year to do it, but I was already booked for another event. Is it political out in your school district too, or no?
I can't answer that because I don't know. Because remember, I worked at the school. I didn't realize. I guess you could say I'm the man, because it's like everybody. Even though I've retired and moved on, my name is still going throughout the school. Everybody, even the people that came in and was like the music teachers after me, they always got compared to me, and they always compare everything that they did to how I did it. So it's like one of those things I didn't have to. Only thing I have to do is just make sure I just stay in contact with them. But next year is going to be interesting because they want to have a new admin. But I'm thinking as long as I stay in contact with them, because my name is still going to float around, and then I don't charge them my arm and leg to do it.
No.
So that's that right there.
Yes.
Discount or arm and leg. Discount, and this guy comes in and he goes way beyond. And I fixed their PA system because beginning of the year they screwed it up, got their mics and stuff and the gym stuff all working again. So it's like, they're gonna come to me first.
Yeah. That's the nice thing. I mean, it's just unfortunate. Like I do the semi-formals, and that same teacher said, "Mike, how did you get so many kids to come to the semi-formal?" I said, "I didn't get them to come. They just knew I was DJing it. We had 583 kids there. The prom, he had a little over 100 kids at the prom." It's like, "What happened?" I said, "Well, the kids, you wanted the kids to vote. They voted, and you went against them." So there you go. I'm not patting myself on the back. I didn't put anything on the social media about that, but I'm like, you're asking kids to vote. they voted, and you went against them. You reneged against them. So they knew me. They knew how I DJ'd, and like I said, 583 kids, and then 5 months later, just a little over 100 kids. Like, you got to see the balance. This guy's doing this up here, and this guy's down here barely doing anything. And I asked her, I said, what was the difference between me and him? He said, Mike, he put on songs that you played them too, a lot of the songs that he played, but he put on the bad songs, the bad lyrics and this and that. And even though we're 18, 17, they left the dance floor because they didn't want to hear it at their prom. So, okay, thank you, which it was quite interesting to see that coming from the student body, voting me in, but then the teacher telling me the totally different story. No, they didn't vote you in. And there's a class president saying, oh, yeah, Mr. G, we voted him in. He didn't know what to say,
But one thing I wouldn't say is political. One thing I do know, like, it's hard to get into the schools without. I would just say it's hard getting into the schools. It's more so, it's a case of who you know. If you know somebody and you can get your foot into the door and position yourself, you're more likely to get hired. And if you go in and do a decent job, you're more and build a relationship with the school, you're more likely to get called back. Because I know I got asked to DJ prom last month, but they went with somebody else because I was out of their budget. So that's the other thing too. It becomes a money thing. Some schools can afford, the elaborate kind of setups and all that kind of stuff. But most of the times, a lot of people are strapped, especially with Cleveland. They already talking about laying off a bunch of staff and people. So to DJ at Cleveland in the Cleveland Cleveland Municipal School District, I wouldn't go in there and try to big ball them because if they do that and you get that job and get paid all that, then that school end up on the news because what you call those people that go behind the scenes and try to see people misusing money. So they'll get bad publicity by they'll be like, why are you spending all this money on a DJ when you needed the money to go on all these other different places? So I wouldn't say politicking along the sense of the way that you explained your situation. I'll say it's more so you got to fit into that budget, and it's more so building relationships. If you know somebody, try to be familiar with like the PTO group. Try to get in through a student or a student body that can vouch for you and call your name up. If you can get a hold of the principal, try to go and, I wouldn't say brown nosing. I don't want to say brown nosing, but go and get good with the principal, or just sometimes just go and volunteering. Because if you notice a school don't have a dance or a DJ, see if you can come in and like provide background music for like a lunch hour or something. And because eventually it could lead to the dance, and therefore they can find money within the budget to pay you something.
It's so funny because this same teacher had me DJ other events for the school. This other teacher has me DJing all these different events at the school. Another teacher has me DJing the semi-formals, but that same teacher had me doing different events. He won't have me for the prom. And then I found out what he was paying the other DJ. He was paying him like almost 5 times the amount of what I was charging. And then it was so funny. My daughter said for close to an hour they were without music. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, he got on the speaker, got on the microphone and said, I'm sorry, my amplifier blew out. We just got to wait till we get a new amplifier here because he had a passive system. but he had one PA speaker that was power. That's what he made the announcements through, and they had to wait for over an hour for them to bring another amplifier for him. They got that working. Then the preamp blew out. I'm like, what the heck is this guy using? Such outdated stuff that everything's blowing up on him, you know? Like, unbelievable. But he was actually close to 5 times the amount of what I was charging.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, God, you know? But I did this Mr. G. I did so many other different events for him at the school district. And he loved me. Mike, I love you. I love you. I'm going to have you for the prom this year. I'm like, I said, yeah. I looked at him. I said, you know how many times I heard this? I'm not even holding my breath for this year either, you know? But it's just, it's something that he has with this other company that he's just being them the money, you know?
And so just remember that proms, homecomings, those are not like your typical dances. So usually proms, from a lot of the setups, they usually bring extra lighting and all that clubby kind of, they like bring the club to the school. So you gotta think about that.
Yeah,
as opposed to doing a regular school dance, and you can bring a simple setup.
He seen like my setup, and he's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I mean, I had lights going all over the place. He's like, crap. He said, Mike, I didn't know you had all this stuff. I said, why didn't you ask? You know, I mean, it was just, but whoever he had, to me, I don't even care about doing that already. But it's so much fun working with the other students and the other dances throughout the school year. I love it. He has whoever he has for doing the senior prom. That's his gig there. Let him do it. That's it, you know. And the thing is, I know the head administrator, me and him are personal friends. And he said, Mike, he said, I wish I could pull the strings to get you the gig. He said, but Mr. G, he's the one who does the booking for that. I'm like, yeah, no problem. I said, Frank, do they have their background checks? He said, matter of fact, I made them get them this past year. Because for the last several years, they didn't have no background checks, no fingerprint, no child abuse, and when they were supposed to have them for here in the state of Pennsylvania. And now they had to get them. And oh, were they mad about that? Because you have to pay for it. I had to pay for mine, you know?
Yeah, so I don't think we have to have background checks, but I don't know because I was already in the system. So, but I do know it's easier to get paid when you do a school dance in the district to be on their vendors list. So therefore, it's easier for them to pay you through the vendor, your little vendor code and all that stuff, as opposed to just going in and being paid out of pocket or they have to write a check. They have to come out of a certain account, get a PO number and all that kind of stuff. Going in, signing up to be a vendor, official vendor, makes the process easier. Other than that, yeah, we really don't recall having to ask about a background check and all that kind of stuff. At most, they might ask for insurance, because I know the wedding I'm doing in June, I had to show them a certificate of insurance.
But I have mine downloaded right into my phone. You want to print it out? Yeah, send it to our printer here. I'm like, okay, good. I'm not wasting paper at home. I just send it to their printer, and boom, they throw it in their binder. So next time I come there, they have it. 1, 2, 3. You know.
And then the other thing is also some schools might require the students to have a media consent form signed. And a lot of schools, I know in Cleveland, they do, because they're trying to promote to get their enrollment up. So at the beginning of the year, they usually sign a consent form, because they always taking pictures throughout the district. Because if they don't, then there's a good chance that you can't take any video or post it. I shouldn't say take video. You can't post the video or post the pictures online.
Yes. I stopped taking pictures at school dances anymore, because it just led to too many people, people sharing it, which I didn't mind, but then you don't know where it's going from there. who's going to share that, and then it's going to go, and then, but if they trace it all back, it comes back to me because I'm the first one who posted it, and then this one shared it, that one shared it, and then with AI today, you don't know what they're going to do with that picture, So best thing I do, no school pictures at all, none at all.
Yeah, I do it. Ain't no biggie.
Well,
I put it like this. I don't zoom in on people. I don't try to do that. I don't be no creepy person.
This week's dance next Friday, I will create an album for them, but the only ones that can see it are the school and their parents, and then a few select friends that I know I could trust. So that's one thing that I could do for them too. But for the Wilkes-Barre Area School District, that's like, no, I don't take no pictures no more because I took too much slack over to one album. I'm like, that's it. No more. I'm done.
All right. So let's get to our shout outs.
Great night, definitely.
Yep. So last week, our chat leaderboard, at the top, we had DJ Cool Thing, ranked number 1. He's almost like, he reminds me of the college football, like University of Georgia or Alabama or Ohio State, they or LSU. They're always at number 1 or 2. And then we have this guy named djmikiemike at number 2. So that's part of why you've been so quiet the last couple of weeks. You're too busy chatting.
The thing is, last week I barely said anything on the chat thing.
I know.
I was like, I typed in a couple things, just, hey, how you doing? Thanks for coming tonight, and boom, up to number 2.
Then Buddy from TBM Productions came in number 3. Then DJ J-Tech was number 4. DJ Will was 5. And DJ Troll was 6. And Big DJ Service was 7. James King, HTX was 8th. And The Moose was number 9.
The Moose is on fire.
And then make sure you join our Facebook group page. You can just go to Facebook and type in the browser, queue it up, DJ Podcast, and join our private or public group. And there's the long URL code. But then at the same time, if you're watching this video, just go into the description and click on the link, and then you can join from there too. You can follow DJ Mikey Mike on Twitter and Facebook at DJ Mikey Mike, and on his Instagram at DJ Mikey Mike 45. And then you can follow me on all my socials at hitmanddub. And then we have this thing called the DJ Collective Network. And I'm glad we didn't have any issues, because I guess it was kind of like brought to my attention that we had like little issues in the chat. So I guess everybody was on their best behavior tonight.
Yeah.
But just remember, the views and opinions expressed during the show, the DJ Collective Network primetime shows, are those of the individual hosts and guests of that show. They do not necessarily reflect the views or official stance of the different shows of the DJ Collective Network as a whole, its affiliate, or production partners. Viewers and listeners' discretion is advised, and that also goes for people in the chat. Because last week I wasn't even reading the chat too much or seeing what was going on. But let's get to our lineup. So welcome to our Primetime DJ lineup, a weekly schedule of live stream shows built for DJs by DJs. Whether you're just starting out or scaling your business, we've got the knowledge, stories, and inspiration to help you level up. On Mondays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at DJ Cool Thing Official. You have for every DJ chasing dreams, no matter the odds, it's your time to spend at DJ Cool Thing. And then on Tuesdays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time live on Twitch. Join Buddy and his weekly guest panel of DJs for unfiltered conversations that matter. It's the DJ Roundtable with Buddy from TBM Productions. And if you missed the live stream, you can see the rebroadcast every Monday at 1 o'clock on Buddy's YouTube channel at TBM Productions DJ1. And then on Wednesdays, you can make YouTube great again. So it's your home for real talk about DJ gear, live performances, and industry culture. Join James King for King's Court DJ Podcast at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at James.King HTX. And then on Thursdays, you have the DJ Cue It Up DJ podcast with me, the hitmanddub, and DJ Mikey Mike. And we usually rotate a guest on the show as well every Thursday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel at the hitmanddub. And then also at 9 o'clock, you have the Start to Spin DJ podcast with DJ Pretty Boy and DJ Shay at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at La Ruckus Inc. And then you can join Kevin on the KJ Chill Room karaoke chat with Matt and Eric. You can also join them live every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time just by going to djntv.com/KJ Chill. And then our other DJ friend at _DJ Reese _ he has the Recreate the Vibes podcast on YouTube. Make sure you check him out. He talks about DJing in the corporate world and social media marketing. And then we have our other DJ friend, DJ Night Owl. If you need a photo booth that actually stands out, not the same basic setup, well, DJ Night Owl has you covered with the new Omega booth. The Omega booth has a sleek design, LED lighting, and an infinity mirror look that makes it perfect for weddings, parties, and wherever you got going on. If you want your event to feel different, this is it. And you can use our Cue It Up code to get $500 off. And the regular price is $2,495. So maybe eventually I'll open my box up. So right now I got an expensive, like I guess you could say plant holder. It was an expensive plant holder. You got plants on top of the box. So I gotta make sure I eventually open that up. And then he also sells the Sigma video guest book at $795. You can get it in red, black, and white. And then you can find his old videos that talks about SEOs and doing your websites and marketing at the DJ Biz School with Sean. And it's at DJ Biz School, his YouTube channel. So make sure to remember to like, share, and subscribe to all of our channels. And our fade out message is, one playlist can lie, patterns don't. So it's just like this isn't just for proms or school dances. If you're ever stuck and you need ideas or fresh ideas, so if you feel that you're in a rut, don't hesitate to join like some of the Facebook group pages, because there's a lot of DJs that share their playlists. And also if you do schools specifically, again, DJ NVision, he has a lot of playlists that he share. And then also he has the video that you can see those songs being played, how he introduced the songs, how he planned it out. And again, the playlists are used to get ideals, not necessarily steal. So I don't know if it's a teacher thing or is it from me playing sports. It's like when I was growing up, we weren't just watching football or film or whatever. We were studying it. So with me, I grabbed the playlist to not only see what songs jump out, even when I look at the charts, see what songs are constantly showing up on the charts, but also look at how they program the night. As far and then I try to see what kind of songs had kind of like flow for like your opening set, Now, which songs kind of like seemed like this was his dance floor fillers, and then how he rotated the whole night to bring and create that vibe. So that's how I would advise you all to do. But again, DJ NVision is a good go-to person to follow. Even if you just do a Patreon, that's one patron, and get whatever you need, download it, boom, 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 and get his special mixes, edits and stuff, and then bounce back and forth. I would say his stuff was, I felt I got my money's worth from whenever I go to his stuff.
The thing is, I mean, anybody can get that same playlist and mix it up the way you think it should be mixed up. Like mix here, add this on here, subtract that one from here and put it in this one, and you turn that into a great vibe. Because most of the time when you print it out, it's just printing out A through Z. So, boom, you start playing A through Z, and the kids are just standing around going like, man, you had a great banger, and all of a sudden it's just blah. Then another great banger, then blah, 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 blah. And then, oh, we got a good song again, then blah, blah, blah again. So it's just, you have to know your music. You have to know the kids. You get to know the kids as soon as they walk in the door. And it's just like a wedding. You get to know the guests as soon as they walk in the door. You see, they sit down, you see their foot start going, okay, well, they like this music, and you have something else, and you see their foot going, oh, they like that type of music. So it's just same thing with the students. You're going to get to know exactly what group of students like what, and you got to build accordingly. Don't just play it to play it and that's it. No, make it a great experience for them, and make it a great experience for yourself. Because you know what? Again, if the students are bored or the guests are bored at a party or wedding, whatever, that means you're bored too, because you're just playing crap. You're just taking a playlist and just, well, that's it. And just say, keep on hitting play. Keep on hitting play. You might be doing different transitions and everything, but it's a boring set. Make it exciting.
Or you could be one of those DJs that like just playing their stuff. They play what they like and not necessarily playing to the crowd. But also, because I was going to say, also make sure to make it easy for you during school a dance ahead of time. Ask for a playlist so you can kind of like get a vibe and see what kind of songs or what kind of vibe the students are into. You may not play the songs, but you can kind of like get a vibe of what kind of crowd you have. Just like I showed the playlist that I had all scribbled. But then you remember one of the slides said, break it down to what kind of crowd do you have? Do you have that rap hip hop group? Do you have the sing-along groups? Do you have the TikTok group? Or do you have the dancing group? So therefore, by looking at that list, even though that list, I really didn't care for the list, but then I saw a pattern. A lot of them want rap. A lot of them want TikToks. So I need to make sure that I have my TikTok dances, and make sure I go and look at those songs that they put down and see exactly what the dance is, so I can know to go directly to that part, so I don't play all that extra fluff that they're not going to want to hear, or they're standing around waiting for that part. Because I've done that, played songs that I thought was good, but they didn't dance. You could see them get on the floor, and they just waited, and it waited. And it seemed like it took forever for them to get to that one part where they can just go like this and do that little, hey, and get off the floor. So make sure you do your homework. And the TikTok dance, try to get a quick edit where you do like an introduction so you can mix in from one song to that current song, get to the main part, then get out. And then make sure you have follow-ups to those songs. So when you only play like a few seconds of it, you have another banger. Remember, if you do the TikTok dances, maybe that should be towards the end of your mini set that leads into the sing-along songs. Because remember, they said the mini sets try to have 2 to 3 songs of familiar songs, then go into a sing-along or a popular song. Not a popular song, but like a group song to get them more amped.
Yep, exactly. You just, You get they got the playlist from the teachers. You see what they have down there, written down there for their playlist. It gave you a feel. It gives you it's like a map. It gives you a direction to where to go. What music you can throw in there, what music you don't want to throw in there. Some of the songs that they may have written down, you can't play no matter what. So pick out something else from that artist or something else that's similar to that, and just build it up from there. That's it. You don't want to be bored. They don't want to be bored. Keep the vibe alive, man. That's all I could say.
Yep. And then also sometimes don't be scared to take requests, because you don't necessarily have to play the songs, but sometimes taking requests, for me, it's not about seeing what song to play. It's me looking at the group of songs and seeing a pattern. It's all, I guess, being a drummer or a musician, I'm always looking for patterns. So I also talked about that in our presentation. One of the slides say look for patterns in your playlist. So once you see a pattern that kind of like can engage you, or what kind of songs to kind of like go into, or when they're ready for this song, so you can start pre-planning. Always have 2 or 3 songs, ahead, instead of thinking one song at a time.
Exactly. It's just, I always think out of the box, think a couple steps ahead. There's only so many steps in each ladder. You got a 3-hour party, 3-hour dance. Okay, so you have 40 steps. Think 2-3 steps ahead. This way you're here, but you already have songs lined up for to keep going. Mm-hmm. I know you're going to have a great time, and I know the students are going to have a great time. Definitely. Yep. Definitely will have a great time.
And then don't be scared to tell them, give them the mic. Tell them, yeah, we're here to have a good time. I saw your playlist. I edited your playlist. It took a lot of time. Do not incorporate the bad words. Because if you do, then we'll go to these cheesy songs over here.
We're going to play some Kids Bop for you now.
I play some Whitney Houston. And that song. And I'm like trolling them, and they still twerk and dirty dance to it. I'm like, see, you all are wrong. You can't treat Whitney Houston like that. You're still gonna be grinding and doing all this stuff.
It's amazing how they could dance today. If I danced the way they dance, I'd be in traction for at least 8 months out of the year,
So with that said, I hope everyone have a great weekend. Make sure you go out there and crush those gigs. And thank you for coming. Hope to see you next week. So remember, before it's time to spin, you got to first cue it up. All right, take care, and I'll see y'all next week. And there's no after show, because actually we went way longer than what I expected to go. I got to get some sleep. All right, see y'all.
Practice and enjoy, everybody.
Before the lights, 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 before the packed dance floors, before the name queued up, would mean anything. Been hustling over 30 years, working every single day. Music wasn't just a job, it was built in my DNA. The journey wasn't overnight. Still figuring it out. There ain't no change in me. I can only be me.